Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai cast. This is the Chaos Riders #1 tournament. Yes, there's a second tournament of Chaos Riders as well, which I'm going to cover as soon as I finish covering this tournament. But anyway, this is the round of 16. We have EOS Hugo the Borze playing on one side against myself. And first things first, we're gonna be playing on Usui Pass. Now this is a bit of a tricky map just because like the big ridge in the middle, which both players are gonna go towards. Now if I hit slow motion a little bit and go over to the dojos, we see workshop, farmhouse, and shrine on the field, of course. Pretty important stuff, really. And as for my build, well, what do I have? Let's see. I have command gun general, as you would expect, the revolver cav on the field, and 4 Yariki, all rank 2. Then I also have a single 150 range unit, a marine. Then I also have 1, 2, 3, 4 red bears on the field, and looks like 3 white bears. So, and a black tortoise force, actually. I forgot about that. So pretty standard composition on this map. If you don't play it properly, you could get owned by melee units. So you gotta keep that in mind. As for Hugo's build, looks like he has gone for full gun gen. On the right flank, we see revolver cav, 2 Yariki over here, both rank 7, super upgraded. Then Yariki vanilla with Shogun Guard Cavalry vanilla. I mean, honestly, if you upgrade the Yariki to level 7, I mean, really, it should have just gotten the points on this Yariki to 2 at least, then instead of getting this to level 7, get it to like 5 instead, you know? Just because that would make the army more cost efficient in general, because those 2 initial upgrades on the Yariki, those 2 attack upgrades are the most important in the beginning. But anyway, let's go over the rest of Hugo's army. So he has 2 saber cav on the left. Then we see in the center 3 of these red bears, a single marine unit, again 150 range. It looks like 2 white bears on the field. So let's fast forward until the engagement happens in the center, as well as you would expect it to happen on this map. So I'm pushing up here, trying to harass a little bit with my general, but obviously it's very difficult, and I'm gonna stop doing that because he has a gun gen. So here I'm going to stop my units. I have them a bit too far forward, the second line, but it's still dishing out quite the damage, and I have a black tortoise here. So this Yariki does connect slightly with this white bear, so it's not ideal, but the saber cav dies, only 20 kills. This saber cav is gonna die. It's getting more kills on this side because this unit didn't actually deliver the proper volley, but the black tortoise is right here. And this unit, however, it's doing the shuffle, which is actually really horrible for me. But yeah, the saber cav is gone here. However, this side I'm gonna lose because of the shuffle here. Look at these shuffling. Looks like there's a huge engagement over here as well. I pull out my revolver cav to make sure it's not engaged. I send in Yariki onto these Yarikis, and here I'm like, holy crap, this is not the greatest engagement on this side for me. So I have to use my revolver cav to gain an advantage there. But on this side, it's not going so well anymore because shuffling, and yeah, of course, this unit got charged, so it's not doing too well, and this unit is getting shot because it's part of the second line. However, my revolver cav here, as you can see, it's really dishing out the damage. So that's obviously really good, and I'm turning around the white bear. I've got my general here, and this red bear is in a great formation to make sure that the Yariki aren't getting killed that much. And here on the right flank, you can see I pounce on the single red bear with 2 cav units because really it doesn't have enough defense. So now I'm just going to roll over his line, go into his general and into this red bear while I'm just holding on the left flank. The revolver cav has killed 60 men, but now it's going to end up dying, which is probably a bit of a mistake. I should have pulled it back further. But in the meantime, my Yariki is getting into Hugo's general. On this flank, I'm winning quite handily, I suppose, if I were to use the white bear. It looks like now this Yariki is going to connect with my general and this unit, which is quite bad for me, actually. But the general lives. And on this side, you can see that, yeah, the revolver cav is gone. My red bear is still alive, and I'm going to send around some Yarikis. You see, I got these 2 right here. My general is still alive, 11 men left. Black tortoise here should end up winning the fight against the Yariki with the support of the general if it fires at the Yariki. And my marine is in a really bad spot here, but Hugo's is in a great position, but here comes the Yariki charge into the general of Hugo, Yariki charge into the flank of this red bear, and I still have infantry over here, which is gonna start charging his. This Yariki here is gonna be the hero unit for me, a nice rear charge into the white bears. His general is gone, this red bear is engaged, so now I'm gonna also get a nice rear charge onto the marines. No dojos have been captured this game, but yeah, I'm just shooting down his marines here. I'm pushing up. My general is in a grim position, so that's why I'm gonna use him, pull him out. Now this Yariki here just got a charge off, which gave it the necessary morale. My white bears here are all my units are targeting this marine because I know if I can get rid of his most important unit, this one, he doesn't have any morale aura, which could potentially cause a chain rout in Hugo's army, and with a chain rout I should be able to win, and indeed the chain rout is going to start very, very soon. This unit is still quite got good morale, but over here these two are gonna get off the field. My Yariki here, 150 kills. I charged in here and I pulled it out, and then I'm gonna send it straight towards the white bear right there. So this flank is gone. So is this flank, and basically right now it's going to be over. Look at these white bears, they're running away. Actually, there's plenty of them left, 110, so only 40 died. So these guys must be happier than the others. Despite losing the battle rather. And sorry about that. Let's take a look at the stats. Even though the revolver cav I think only got like 60 to 70 kills, it still did a lot of work because it killed mostly level 7 Yariki, I think. And level 7 Yariki are just super expensive. Still, I could have used the revolver cav better. My right flank was a bit weird. I could have engaged there better as well initially, but I didn't just expect to be charged in by cavalry, you know. But I stopped my lines in time to get some shots off at least, so that was good. But let's look at stats. Stats-wise, Yarikis, yeah. Yarikis carried the day for me here, which was good. Or Hugo, as you'd expect, US Marines getting damage done, and mostly on my own Marines. If you look at my Marines here, only 11 kills, so they were the biggest waste in my army. But anyway, that was game 1. Let's go on to game 2. And here we are with game 2, this time around on our Ridge Pass. Now I like this map, but it's also a map that I have a bit of a... How should I put it? This is the map I was knocked out of a tournament in. So, in the first round. So, yeah, I have a bit of a bad history with this map. But I think nowadays I know how to play it better. So, we will see how I do it here. So, I'm going to put it in slow motion. There we go. Go over the dojos. We see Workshop on my side, Sword Dojo on his. So, nobody really gets a big edge in this scenario, but build-wise, I had some strange issue. Let me tab out and tab back in again. There we go. So, what do I have? What does he have? Well, I have, looks like 4 Yarikis rank 2 over on my far left flank with a revolver cav supporting. No cav here, which could be a bit risky. If he had cav here, he could just get rid of this flank easily because I don't have support. But at least they're red bears, so they could take some damage. But let's go over the rest of my builds. So of course, command gun general. 3 red bears at least, I'd imagine 4. Yes, 5 red bears actually. Then we see 2 white bears supported by Royal Marine in the center and a black tortoise force. Rank 1 with just a single reload upgrade, and that is going to be my build. Now, for Hugo the Borze, gun gen as before, but only 140 range. I guess he hasn't actually fully skilled it out yet. He has 2 saber cav on the left, 2 Yariki, rank 7 on the right. Actually, no, rank 6 and 2 vanilla. Again, I would have, like, honestly, 4 Yarikis rank 2 would be much more cost effective than 2 rank 6 and 2 vanilla. Just get these up to rank 2, get these down to rank 4. Honestly, that's just way better in my opinion. We also have this revolver cav over here. And infantry-wise, Hugo has Imperial Guard Infantry 150, not 150 range, rank 5. This is an inefficient unit because of multiple reasons. Okay, so first, it's an Imperial Guard Infantry. Shogunate Guard Infantry, same stats, except it's cheaper, I think 60 Koku or something like that. So that's quite significant. Then we see a White Bear 150 range. Honestly, horrible unit. I would never bring 150 range bear unit. I don't know why people still use them. They have no aura. They're like super, super weak. They cost so much. Just, if you bring a 150 range unit, save up a bit more and get Marines, which have way, way better stats, way more utility, and can dish out more damage. Like, just simply way better. For the cost, much more efficient. Anyway, what else does he have? So a red bear with the Shinsengumi on the right. It's like a couple more red bears. Nope, just another red. 2 red bears here. Is it? So 1, 2. Okay, 3 red bears, 1 Shinsengumi. So not a lot of lines here. And honestly, these 2 lines, yes, they can zone off this side, but really, that's fine by me. I'll just not engage on this side, you know, if needed. So it looks like the revolver cav here for Hugo got a little bit too close, almost. But it didn't take any damage, so they're fine. Now, on this side, I'm like, okay, I have more lines than he does on this side. I have my cavalry here. I have the revolver cavalry, so what's he gonna do? Meanwhile, I see, okay, Saber Cav here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull back on the right flank. Make sure I have a second line here. I have a first unit of red bears here in case it gets charged. I have a second one to deliver fire, so I've got support here in the center. Same thing, if Cav somehow charges into my Royal Marines, I have Black Tortoise, and I can also send it around to support this flank if necessary. Here I get the first shot off with my white bears, which is going to give me a great advantage here. But here I do not get the first shot off. So I win this engagement, but I won't win this engagement. However, this engagement I'm winning far better than this one here. However, it looks like my own unit here cannot fire while his can, which is hilarious. Here Revolver Cav moving up, but in very dangerous position, already losing 9 men. 10 men actually, could have lost even more. Here, with the support of my Marines, this unit is doing really well, so he did not move up a 150 here. His 150s are over here doing absolutely nothing, being zoned out by 2 red bears and a white bear, as well as 2 saber cav here, so a lot of wasted Koku on this side for Hugo doing absolutely nothing right now. Meanwhile, I don't know what I'm doing here, because this unit has 0 kills and this one has 85, but going to end up finishing up this Shinsengumi, which is great. And now I'm like, okay, there's not a single unit here of infantry behind them, and I don't see the revolver cavalry. Well, I do, it's right here. So this is the one opportunity I have to start an engagement on this flank and move up my infantry. Because the revolver cav is too far away, it's still over there doing nothing. So if I can cause a mess here, get into his lines, and get my lines shooting, this should be a great engagement for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this engagement done, and I'm moving up my Marines here. Potentially a bit too close, actually, but the General of Hugo is engaged. He's taking damage. My cav here is not looking great, but I've got the support from my white bears here, so as long as they shoot, this should be good. Same thing here. I get shots off onto the revolver. Getting shots off under the saber cav here. Looks like he's gonna try and go for a charge here. So that might actually be annoying for me. So I'm gonna turn around this red bear and this red bear around here to start firing. My marine is in position, but I'm gonna try and move it around. But I have this black tortoise here ready to support, but it's actually shooting at the wrong target. But that's fine. My hierarchy is going around, just annoying the hell out of Hugo's units. This engagement went full of me. My marine is getting shot, so this engagement isn't good. But I've got these units here, okay? So this black tortoise is gonna kill the saber cav here. White bear with support of marine and red bear should win this engagement. This engagement is definitely in my favor, so basically things went really well in this game, apart from one thing, which was of course the engagement over here with this red bear. Only 8 kills, but it still lives somehow, you know? Anyway, yeah, again, cavalry did quite well for me this game. And probably MVPs, I would say. It's because of them that I managed to break that flank as quickly as I did. And that really should be it. There we go. So that's going to be game 2. Now I'm at a 2-0 advantage in this best of 5, so this means that Hugo de Borze has to win 3 in a row. always possible, especially against me, because it's been done against me before, so... Who says it can't happen again, right? I'm curious to look at the statistics of my units, because I think the Cav did really well this time around, and the Marine did quite a lot of work. And still didn't die by the end game, so let's take a look. Marines, yes. Yarikis, yes, they did very, very well. As for Hugo, his Imperial Guard infantry, not a lot. So only one unit above 100 kills. This was the 142 kill one. Probably the Red Bear unit that actually got the first volley off, and then like 4 extra volleys without getting shot at, because for some reason I didn't notice that they were not getting shot at. Or I did, but I was expecting them to fire back, but that was strange. I didn't have line of sight on him, but he did. Huh, very interesting. Of course, everything else has below 40 kills, which obviously is not effective, no matter what kind of kills they are. Okay, if you kill the level 9 revolver cav, or a level, or a Shogunate guard cav, okay, I get it then. Then these are cost-effective kills, but really, I didn't have a very expensive army, actually. My army was pretty cheap overall. I had lots of bears. I had even a black tortoise, so I had numbers. And yeah, if against numbers you're not getting a lot of kills, then something is wrong. Only 12 kills on the general as well, because I caught it with the Yariki quite early on. So that's game 2. See you in game 3. Here we are in game 3 on Rivertown, an exciting map. I really love this map. I think I've said it before. I think it was first RTK who showed me the wonders of this map, because at first I was like, oh, really? There's a massive hill in the center of this map, so why not just rush it? And I think RTK, even in the start, they also went for hills. Well, basically everyone, but then I believe it was RTK. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was them who decided that, okay, you can actually play this map differently too. You don't have to take the hill, you can just go around the hill. And let me put it on slow motion and tell you what I mean. So you can go like this, or you can go like this as well. So it's definitely there are definitely ways to play around this hill. Of course, if you have the hill, it could help, but you don't need the hill on this map. You can just maneuver around it. It's not a big advantage at all. In fact, it could also be a disadvantage. But anyway, let's look at the 2 dojos on the map. Farmhouse and Shrine, so I definitely want to take that one. Now, in terms of my composition, I have Revolver Cav hidden over here. 40 RE keys, rank 2, of course. Rank 2, very, very, very cost-effective stuff. Really, nowadays, I mostly only bring rank 2 or vanilla Yariki. I don't think anything else really is that great. For the rest of my army, we see 3 red bears at least, probably 2 on the left flank as well. There we go, so 5 red bears in total. Looks like a bunch of white bears, 2 of them. A black tortoise force vanilla. My command gun gen, of course, and a US Marine all the way in the center here. Now for Hugo, he has a full gun gen. We also see 4 Yariki. Oh, what? 2 Yariki vanilla here. 2 Saber Cav vanilla and a Shogunate Guard vanilla as well. So pretty crazy stuff. We also see the, again, the gun gen, which I mentioned before. 3 Shogutai, very, very interesting. A 150 range black bear. And another 150 range black bear. Again, 150 range bear units. I don't like it. I don't like 150 range units when you're rushing either. Just get more lines, get more cav, get more meat shields. Speaking of meat shields, not a single spear levy was seen that day, so no meat shields for Hugo actually. Very, very surprising. He does, however, have 2 red bears here and a white bear over there. Now let's hit play. Actually, you can fast forward because, again, like I said, this map, if you rush for the hill, it's gonna end potentially very fast, the game. But if you don't, then yeah, it's not going to. So essentially, I think what Hugo wanted to do with his build here, rush the hill and hope that I rush the hill, and then if we both rush the hill, he wins with his build. He totally does. But The way I'm playing right now, I am not rushing the hill. I'm sitting back here in the water to make sure that his army is slower. I got the revolver cap still here. I'm moving up a bit too much here. I don't think this movement is great, but I can still pull back. So it's not the end of the world. Now on this flank, I'm trying to move up my red bears here with some Yarikis, but because I'm like, okay, I definitely have this advantage here. I got my Marines here, which is the perfect position for them because they can oversee this area here. This is a very important area because it makes sure that it denies him access through this little choke point here. So I don't have to worry about these lines as much on this side. Flanking me on this side. So, and now what I am trying to do is get the farmhouse, but he actually got to it first because that was a little bit slow. But over here he has not a single line unit, so I can just turn around. And yeah, I'm gonna have to use the red bear here, put it in position. I'm also sending Yarikis through, which I'm not actually entirely sure about. But here I decide, okay, you have Saber Cav, so I'm gonna charge your Saber Cav with Yariki. And here the Saber Cav are still not mounted, so I can get some shots off. Looks like he's gonna go for a rush here. I don't know what I did here. I started pushing on this side, which isn't great. This is a horrible move by me. Why would I push on this side? That's unnecessary. I even get into the general with the same Yariki that killed off the Saber Cav, which is great. But now, making mistakes here, I'm getting too confident. My Marines already at 75 kills though, but are taking damage now. Though I still have the revolver cap and the white bear here to defend against the Yariki. My right flank, as you can see, it's crumbling very fast because I made a huge mistake here. I pushed too far, I don't know why. But now, the Black Tortoise is making this a little bit more worth it. But still, this was a terrible engagement on this side for me. But here is where the engagement is going really well. Because I'm gonna get the shrine. And the farmhouse is not mine, which is a huge problem. But I'm getting Yarikis through because I see, okay, this red bear is off the field. So now I have a point through which I can go through, which is great for me. So now I'm going to go around, hit his bears probably. Shogtai here getting hit at by multiple units. Marines doing significant damage too. And now here come my Yarikis straight into the black bears. And yes, the 150 range black bears have done damage, but they're not going to be cost effective. Here, the Yariki here is keeping this white bear busy, so it cannot support. I didn't cap the shrine, and this red bear is not doing anything. So that's a mistake by me. This is definitely one of the weaker games of this series for me. I didn't play that well. But as you can see, the Yariki here is still messing up this black bear quite nicely. I am pulling back this other Yariki, so I can go for another downhill charge onto this black bear. This unit is not gonna like it. Now I'm pulling back here because, you know, I can, and I'm gonna use my general onto this Shogutai because general against Shogutai is pretty good engagement, but here I think I make a mistake. Why am I moving it up so far? I think I'm trying to go for a cav charge on this area or something like that. This is pretty crazy though. Or I just didn't notice I was microing over here or something. I actually ended up getting the shrine though, which was great. So yeah, I guess I wanted to go for a melee charge, but this was unnecessary. And here I'm gonna do the same. Let's see this massive cav charge against Shogutai. Shogutai do not like cav charges, as you can clearly see here. It's basically like Shogun 2 in that regard. Swords get destroyed by cavalry charges, so keep that in mind. And here I make a mistake with the US Marines, but US Marines already 220 something kills, so yeah. And at this point, one could see the writing on the wall. I have both dojos soon enough. I have a lot more units. There's nothing that Hugo can do at this point. And that is going to be game. So I'll take the victory in this match. 3-0. Quite straightforward. First game was the closest game by far, though. As you could see, it was quite hectic. So that was quite a tough battle to win there at the end. But let's look at the final stats one last time before I end this video. See what we got. Because we got a lot of stuff there. Lots of kills from, again, cavalry, I imagine, and Marine especially, I think. Okay. Yes, Marine. Look at these Yarikis. 223 kills on Yariki. Like, that's insane. 123 kills here. I only lost 23 and killed 223. Only lost 36, killed 123. Only lost 21, killed 95. But there's some Yarikis that died, right? Yeah. The Yariki that lost the most also killed the least. So it's not like that makes any sense, right? So yeah, these other Yarikis did well. This White Bear, 1 lost, 89 killed, really. And in fact, there are some units which have taken no damage this game. My revolver cap, I guess, did I forget my revolver cap or something? I don't know. It never shot, apparently. And my red bears and my white bears, these two guys, yes, they got kills, but still. Now for Hugo. Yeah, his Shogutai actually connected in the beginning, which is why they have some of these kills here, because I made some crucial mistakes on the right side. I never had to push that hill. Why did I even decide to push for that hill when it was going so well on my left flank? Like, push the hill against 150s was 125 with no cap support on my side and with no 150 where he has, well, he has the 150s, even though yes, it's scrappy black bears with 150 range, but it's still 150 range, right? So like, what was I thinking advancing on that right flank? That was horrible. That being said though, thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on social media. I'll see you next time.